My name's Alex. I'm an associate consultant for Focus Education. Something else we've considered is the mixed age question. And what we've tried to do is put together a sort of an overview of how that would work with your kind of standard cycle, year one and year two mixed, year three and year four mixed, and then a year five and six mixed. We have created variations of this for different schools when they've contacted us and said we'd really like the curriculum, but our mix is this or our mix is that. And actually, we've started thinking about potentially having sort of a 3 year cycle in certain parts of a school or things like that. So we are thinking about mixed age and we are very open to considering how we can support you better with that. But in terms of what's readily available now, this is an example of a year one and two cycle. So this would be cycle A in geography. You've got a choice from unit one and unit two. If you want to just do 2 units of geography across the year, and if you want to do 3 units, you'd select one from unit one and then do the 2 units that are in unit two, essentially. And that would form cycle A. But again, you've got your key knowledge set out there nice and sensibly. The disciplinary knowledge would be the same as in the previous progression that I showed you. And then this is cycle B. Again, making those choices about the units that you want to teach your children, dependent on how you structure geography across your school, but it's all there with the key knowledge as well. In terms of the overviews, again, these are linked to the golden threads at the top, like we talked about. There's a key overarching question that leads the learning over the whole unit, key inquiry question, learning challenge question. And then within that, your components, again, are still led by sub-inquiry questions. The biggest difference on this overview is when you look at the disciplinary knowledge. And what we've tried to do is highlight, if it's a year one and two mixed age class, highlight the year one disciplinary knowledge that we want the children to take away from the unit, and highlight the year two disciplinary knowledge that we want the children to take away by the end of the unit as well. This is because no matter what class structure you have, if a child is a year two child, then we need to be aiming for them to understand the disciplinary knowledge for their age. Whereas with the substantive knowledge, whether you teach about where I live in year one or year six, yes, there might be a level of increased challenge in how you deliver things and your expectations, but that predominantly comes from the disciplinary knowledge. Where the local supermarket isn't going to change, where the position of your school isn't going to change, the postcode that the children live in isn't going to change. So it's the disciplinary knowledge that really impacts that, and we've thought a little bit about that in terms of planning for mixed age.